All right, so we're gonna press this, and then we have to wait for all of the things to load. Okay, I see everything. Mod browser is good. I'm waiting. We are waiting. Make sure all of the animations UI elements are fully loaded before selecting continue. And also avoid pressing the enter key repeatedly. Okay, so I'm only gonna press the button once, and we're gonna press load game, and I'm gonna load that save. And we're gonna wait, cross our fingers, and hope that it saved the save state from before. It has taken a long time to load since this patch as well, for whatever reason. Okay, it appears. Let me make sure. I have a bandit over there. I have a Kodiak over there. Okay, this is where I moved my fuel trucks before earlier today. So we're good. So now, the question that I have for you guys watching, did you know that that was what you're supposed to do to fix the problem when your game isn't saving? Because if you're not a member of the Snowrunner Discord, you didn't. So that's why I'm making this video, is to tell you guys this is what they're suggesting you do. Let's start with the timeline, actually. The timeline of events was January 27th, 2026. Game released. We all were very excited. A lot of us jumped in. Some of the streamers on YouTube jumped in, including Nate, including Telemenace. Some of the guys that were running first thing in the morning, they were doing everything, and we got a chance to see the game. For those of us that were working during the day, or maybe even sleeping, depending on your time zone, we're not able to play right away, right? And some of you that don't even really watch YouTube, let alone go to Discord, didn't know that there was a problem. Now that there was even in the morning, there was murmurs of people saying, hey, there's a save problem. I can't, for some reason, my save reverted. And so as a good computer nerd, as a person that goes on the Snowrunner Discord, immediately went to Snowrunner Discord and started searching, right? And the only thing I could find was somebody said they like Alt F4'd out of the game, or like had a power loss or something. And they basically said that that was an unrelated thing, and it was because your power was lost, right? So like that was the only occurrence that I could find early in the morning. Well, as time went on, more and more people were having the problem, more and more occurrences of it happening on Discord. So I fired up stream that first night, episode 1 of this series, and I, admittedly being a software developer in real life, tried to break it, because that's what I do for a job. So I tried to break it, and I ended up breaking it. You guys were there, you might have seen it. If you want to go watch it, it's in episode 1, somewhere around the 3-hour mark, a little after 3 hours, I think. I finally got it to break. I was going over to the other map. We were over here with our Scout 800. And as you can see, all of this stuff is discovered because I got the watchtower. But like when I came back over here, after it reset, so I pretty much parked here, right? I did the discovery here. I went to this watchtower, and then I flipped back to the other map, went in the garage, was doing something in the garage, realized I hadn't turned on a mod that I wanted. So I exited the game, checked the mod browser, confirmed that the mod was on, which was weird, loaded back into the game, possibly too fast, who knows, and returned to my truck being parked right here at the gateway, with none of this being discovered. So that was the rollback that happened to me. not major, right? It was just driving through this, exploring up here, getting a couple of tasks, getting a watchtower, right? So I was actually kind of happy that I got it to happen to me. So then what I did is I went to Discord, said, hey, it happened to me. And a community manager reached out to me and said, hey, can we get your save? Do you have a clip of that video? So I sent them everything, right? I said, sure, whatever. You know, if it helps you guys figure it out, great. So this was still day 1. Day 2, we get a message on Discord that says, we are aware of a saving issue in Snowrunner that has appeared since release of Season 17 yesterday. Our team is actively working to fix this bug. In the meantime, please be aware that your progression may be lost if you continue playing. Now, if you weren't on Discord, you never would have known that, okay? So then another day progresses. More and more people are pointing out, hey, I'm worried about this, blah, blah, blah. The save might be lost. Like, people were making up, I feel like people were making up stories at this point. Like, hey, I heard of this one person that lost a save. Nobody lost a save. It's just rollbacks to your save. That's a good question. Have I seen an autosave yet? I don't know. Watch for me. So the second notification was day 2, right? January 29th now, 2 days later. To recap, since the Season 17 update, some players have been losing progress. Dev team is actively working on a fix and has successfully reproduced the issue. Now, as a software developer myself, not of game software, different software, reproducing the issue is huge, okay? In fixing a bug, reproducing the issue is the first thing that you attack, right? You try and get it to happen. You try and replicate it so that you can capture data of how to get it to work, right? Then you progress it through different environments and testing and that kind of thing, usually before you release it, and then you release it, right? So that is the normal life cycle of a code deployment and or a bug fix, is reproducing bug, fixing bug, deploying bug, fix, right? In the meantime, please avoid pressing the enter key repeatedly when launching the game. Make sure all logos, animations, and UI elements are fully loaded before selecting continue. Okay, this is an important sentence. While this won't fully prevent the issue, it is considered a good practice and may help reduce the risk. So all that's doing is them saying, this is a good practice to try. You know, let things load. It might be some sort of memory leak or something, right? We'll share more information as soon as it's available. Thank you for your patience and understanding. That's the last communication we've had. Or was it? So there was some chatter in the Discord today from the community. I'm not going to name names. Again, I'm a small channel. If Saber is hearing this, I'm not going to call you out. If the community manager is watching this, I'm not going to call you out either. But I am going to point out that it was in poor taste, because the things that were said in Discord were generically, we don't communicate via other forms besides for Discord. They should come here. So you guys, as a viewer of my channel, maybe not a member of the Snowrunner Discord, maybe not a member of any Discord, you don't have to be a member of Discord to play video games, had no idea that there was even a problem. Or heard from me, heard from Telemenace's great video, heard from one of the streams that you watch, or you're just finding out about it, or you don't have any idea because you're not even watching this video. So I think the summary that I can provide, and I don't even know really how to word this without sounding offensive, so I'm gonna sound offensive, but do better. Really do. I mean, there's really no excuse for now the third game And if we go back in history, Snowrunner has had issues before. They always get fixed. Let's not discredit where things shouldn't be credited, right? But so like going back to Expeditions launch was rocky, there was bugs, there was issues. Then the patch came out that caused save issues, and people lost entire saves of that game. Now, Expeditions was not a popular game. Unfortunately, it kind of died off. I still love playing that game, but it died off. They're not going to be doing any development anymore. There's probably not going to be any new bugs in it anymore. And it's in a pretty good state right now, to be honest. But there was an issue at one point in time where people lost their entire saves. Now, this is not as bad of an issue that's currently in Snowrunner, where you're not losing saves, you're just losing progress in your save. But is it something that should have brought up a red flag? Sure, right? Like losing saves, that's big. Then they did it again with Roadcraft. Now, Roadcraft was a much more popular of a game. You might know Roadcraft. I did Roadcraft for a while. I don't have it installed right now because it's just not in a state that I really want to play it. But Roadcraft introduced a patch that was so bad that was deleting people's saves, like corrupting people's save to the point where they just lost the entire save, hundreds of hours of progress, that they had to revert the patch back out. And if you didn't know this, again, it's probably because you're not on their Discord, but they reverted the patch out and said, hold up a minute, and it was like a week later where they fixed it and then re-implemented the patch. So it was that bad. And now we're doing it again in Snowrunner, the game that's been around the longest. And it's such a bad look, guys. If you're listening, it's such a bad look. So please do something about it. From somebody who I am not anybody important in the community. I just play video games and share it with people. That's it. I have a microphone. So please consider, from somebody that has bought your games on multiple platforms, sometimes multiple times, do better.